Hey everybody, we're here doing AFC South Dream Team. So let's get right into her. We're starting off quarterback. I got to go with my man CJ Stroud. He had an unbelievable year last year, uh, and I think his sophomore season is going to be even better. Oh my God, Houston has got so many targets there. They have aligned this guy with so many targets. I mean, he's got, Collins and Diggs and Dell and Schultz and Mixon and Pierce. I mean, he's going to be able to spread the ball around. I'll be honest with you. It wouldn't surprise me if they have 2,000-yard receivers and a 1,000-yard tight end. It's not going to surprise me if he could, possibly throw for close to 5,000 yards. I don't see this guy slowing down at all. I love the pick that they made when they got him. I've been kind of watching him on social media and all the different things he does off the field. This guy is the real deal, and I just love him. I think as long as he doesn't run into any injuries, he's gonna be an outstanding quarterback for the next 10, 15 years or however long he wants to play. Uh, Running back one, Jonathan Taylor. I know he was hurt last year, but I see him coming back and picking up right where he left off. That's what he did when he came back last year. Again, I think Anthony Richardson as his quarterback. Yeah, it's his second year, but I really consider it his rookie year because he was hurt almost the entire year last year. So um, Taylor's going to be his friend in the backfield. I think as long as he doesn't get hurt, I think Taylor could. I seriously think he could run for 1,500 yards, if not more. Uh, the Colts would be crazy not to use him as much as possible. It's only going to help Richardson's development at quarterback. Um, so I think that you got to go with Taylor. He's gonna have a great season. High hopes for him. RB2, I'm going with Joe Mixon. I know some people would say, well, what about ETN and but here's the thing. Mixon, for for some odd reason, everybody shies away from this guy, but all he is a measurement of consistency. Every year he consistently produces. Is he the one that runs for the most rushing yards? No, but he consistently gives you 1,000-yard seasons, and he does everything a great running back does. He can block, he can catch, he's tremendous in the red zone. The guy is the full package, and I think the move to the Texans is going to be outstanding for him. So I look for him to have a great year. Wide receiver one, I got to go with Pittman from the Colts. I know that when Richardson was in there last year before he got hurt, that they didn't really have a great connection. But I tell you what, I think that they're going to have a great offseason. Pittman is a really talented guy, and I think he's definitely going to have over 1,000 yards, probably close to 1,200 to 1,300 yards this year. Uh, so I think he's another guy that I think is gonna be consistent. And yeah, he may have a game here or there where he doesn't have a great stat line, but then he's gonna have a game where he has a tremendous stat line. So or multiple games. So I look for him to have another great season. Wide receiver two, going with Nico Collins. I know that a lot of people were saying, Tank Dell was the guy last year. And I'm not taking anything away from Tank Dell. I just think that Nico Collins, when you look at him, he's got the wide receiver build. He's a great route runner. He can go downfield. He's got really great hands. He reminds me a lot of Keenan Allen. So I think that Nico is going to be uh, targeted heavily. I mean, I know that there's going to be Diggs and Dell and all that, but I still think that there's nothing wrong with that. That's just going to give him more opportunities to show what a great route runner he is. It's going to give him opportunities where he's going to have one-on-one matchups. So I really think that Nico's going to have a tremendous season. And if he stays healthy, just like everybody else, I definitely think that he could be a top 10 receiver. Wouldn't surprise me if he gets, 12, 1,300 yards this year. I definitely feel that he's going to be a big red zone target as well. So really high on him. I think that him and Stroud have a good connection. So I expect great things this year from him. Wide receiver three, I've got to go with Stephon Diggs. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, I don't know why you're going with Stephon. He's old. He's just not the same player. Listen, whether you like Diggs or you don't like Diggs, look at the numbers. The guy produces. He produced in Minnesota. He produced in Buffalo. He's a big reason why other people have produced because Diggs is quick, great route runner, can go deep. He demands attention, double coverage, and I think that with Collins and Tank Dell and Schultz, uh, you know, Diggs is probably going to have a lot of one-on-one matchups this year, which is only going to benefit him. So I really believe that Diggs and Collins, along with Tank Dell, geez, that is just an unbelievable wide receiving core, and it wouldn't surprise me if Diggs matches the same numbers that Collins gets this year in regards to yardage. I definitely think he's going to have 1,000-yard season. He may not have as big of a season as Collins, but he's definitely going to surpass the 1,000 yards and still show that he's got what it takes to be an elite receiver. So uh, tight end, I've got to go with Ingram from Jacksonville. Couple reasons. One, Jacksonville got rid of Ridley as one of the receivers. I think their receiving core took a hit in the offseason, not just with Ridley, but Zay Jones is gone. So I just think that Ingram is going to be asked to do more this year. And the thing is that Ingram's one of those tight ends where you can line him up pretty much anywhere on the line. You can line him up as a receiver, as a tight end. He's a lot like Kyle Pitts, in regards to his build. Uh, so I think he's going to be a tremendous part of their offense this year. And Trevor Lawrence is really going to lean on him big time. So Ingram is my guy at tight end. My bench player number one, I got to go with ETN from Jacksonville. Uh, Again, I know some people are going to question, why did you pick Mixon over ETN? I just again, ETN's got to show me that he can be consistent. Jacksonville also's got another young running back over there as well that I think is going to take some of the reps away from ETN. But ETN's got to show that to me, he's got, he's still young, and I just need to see the consistency out of him before I can, put him in my starting lineup. My bench player two, I'm going with Calvin Ridley. I was a huge Ridley fan last year. I think that he did well coming back, off of his suspension. I don't think Trevor Lawrence did him any favors in Jacksonville. I I I just I know that people are thinking that he's going to Tennessee and that's where receivers go to die. I don't think that's going to be the case with Will Levis as their quarterback. I think Will showed last year that he was able to connect with Hopkins. I think Ridley and Hopkins, in their receiving core, is going to give Will some options. I think Ridley is going to have his legs completely back this year. I really think he's going to have an outstanding year this year. I see him breaking out. I think last year was his first year back, and he was still getting his game legs. And like I said, I don't think Trevor Lawrence did him any favors over there in Jacksonville. I watched a few of their games. There was a lot of times where Ridley was open and Lawrence just didn't hit him, uh, or he overthrew him, or So I think that this is going to be a good move for Ridley, and I expect that Tennessee is going to probably pass quite a bit more than they did in the past because Vrabel's no longer their head coach. Derrick Henry's gone, so I do see Ridley having a decent year this year. I think he definitely goes for over 1,000 yards. And then my last bench player, I got to go with Anthony Richardson as my backup quarterback here. It was really close between him and Stroud. I got to give the nod to Stroud. Stroud has got so many offensive weapons to work with uh, in both the running, passing, and tight end positions. I'm not saying that Richardson doesn't have weapons. He does, but he doesn't have the level of as many weapons as Stroud does. Plus, I didn't see enough last year from Richardson when he got hurt to justify putting him as my starting QB. Maybe he proves me wrong this year. He comes out, he does great. I think he's definitely going to rush for a lot of yards. I think he's going to hopefully learn from last year that he's got to protect himself when he does that, though. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's right up there with Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts with rushing yards this year. So I expect that he'll have another great year, or he'll have a great year as long as he can protect himself and stay healthy. I think that him and Michael Pittman will have a tremendous connection. So I'm really, really looking for great things out of him this year in his sophomore season. Again, that's my AFC South Dream Team. I hope everybody's liking the content. We're wrapping up with the divisions here, getting real close. Check out our YouTube channel, Fantasy Fools PPR. Check us out on X for Fantasy Fools. We're out on Instagram, Snapchat. Wyggzz has been doing a tremendous job managing all this, so I got to give him a shout out. He's the one that takes care of all the graphics and everything as it relates to the setup. So got to give my props to Wyggzz. So check us out, and I hope you enjoy the content. And we'll be back finishing up with the divisions, and then we're gonna have some new content coming out here real soon as well. So look for it, and give us a follow, subscribe, like our stuff. We appreciate all that, and we appreciate all you guys. Thanks.